Well, luck turned against him at a winner of the Powerball, this competition that's kind of like the national lottery, so to speak, here in Mexico. And he ended up, in jail. No, the person didn't end up in jail. His name is James. Farding is the resident of Georgetown in Kentucky. He would have won, see the amount. He won $167 million in the Powerball drawing, marking the highest prize in the history of that state. Well, there have been others much bigger, but in Kentucky there hasn't been one this big. 167 million, which, well, more or less, they end up with half. So, let's say with this one, they end up with about 80-something million dollars after paying taxes. 48 hours after receiving the prize. He was arrested in Pinellas County, Florida, on serious charges, including assaulting a police officer and violating probation. According to reports, he was staying at a hotel when he suddenly got involved in a fight. The police intervened and, according to witnesses, he hit the officer who was trying to control the situation. The report states that he kicked the officer in the face. Just imagine during the attack. During this altercation, in which additional charges of resisting arrest and simple assault were added, the arrest took place. A highly publicized moment happened since this person had posed very cheerfully with his giant check just a few days earlier. So did it go to his head way too fast? Like, did he get carried away or something? I mean, so suddenly, all of a sudden, he thought he was above all the laws and started acting like that, really intense. I honestly don't know. I'm just asking what reason there is to act like this. The winner's criminal record shows that he's already been in other legal trouble. No, it's more like he already had issues, right? Look at what I mean. He had already been involved in drug offenses, had been involved in organized crime, in receiving stolen goods, in tampering with evidence, and was currently on probation. No, but I mean, a life of crime, and then he gets money. Well, money, let's say. Legal money, and he's unsure what to do with it. I mean, to begin with, he couldn't even leave his state, he says. His parole was active until August 2025, so the new arrest could send him straight back to prison. Well, this one. The situation, they say, shows how a sudden fortune doesn't necessarily change the course of a life marked by a criminal record. Of course, if you've lived a troubled life all your life, well, just because you get money now doesn't change that. I mean, it's something more internal, something more about the person, more like a mental thing, so to speak. In an ironic twist of fate, going from public glory to a legal scandal in practically 2 days, they say, is not something common. That's what legal experts in the United States are saying in reports they've been making. NBC News spoke with a lawyer and asked if he'd seen a similar case. He said no. He had never seen a case like this. Well, yes, one that moved so quickly. You got some money and have already ruined much of your life so quickly. Because then, if you already had that problem, I mean, you already had a history, and besides, well, you don't comply. Let's say, your grace period to see if you are. Well, this is good for society, so to speak, right? He's clearly going to spend a long time in jail. They don't tell us here when, but obviously, well, this money will have to wait before it can be used. I guess, I don't know, maybe it'll give them something to think about, right? For a while. And speaking of notes, strange ones, let's move on to another curious piece of news from those that, just happen suddenly. They don't usually happen. Did this happen to him? What's the name of this painting we're looking at right now? A very famous painting. This little painting costs about $50 million because it's by an artist named Roscoe, a pretty famous artist. This one is called Black on Maroon 1958, and well, this is it. And the thing is, this painting is big. We don't have a sense of its size, but it's huge. I mean, the painting is really big. According to this, Rothko's work was on display as part of an exhibition that includes 70 outstanding pieces from the collection. So they have Bruegel, they have Dali, they have many painters in a museum, which, well, had a problem. Not literally small, since the person who caused it was tiny. The painting, valued at approximately $50 to $60 million, was accidentally damaged by a small child in the Boyham's Van Boningen storage in Rotterdam. In the Netherlands, the affected artwork is called In Grey Orange on Maroon. Number 8 is from 60. This is one of only 2 pieces in the public collection acquired in 1970. According to the spokesperson, the damage was caused by a moment of carelessness when a child touched the lower part of the canvas without supervision. There was no intention, nor was it vandalism. I mean, it really was just an accident, according to what they were able to find out, but obviously it cost them a lot of money. This goes in for repair. It's not like the 50 million of the piece is lost, but it does go in for a repair that can cost at least $50,000 to about $150,000. That's the cost the artwork will have, right? Which obviously in the meantime means months of restoration. So it's perfect, as it should be. Well, so my little one, no, really, and the parents missed it. I don't know how it happened, but obviously it draws attention today, right? These strange stories from time to time also help us catch our breath from more intense things. Is there a measles alert in the United States due to weekly cases? Another record set during the worst outbreak in 20 years, and probably the worst individual in the health sector in the United States. That Mr. Robert Kennedy is terrible, right? The weekly measles cases in the United States have reached another new record, even surpassing the highest number recorded since the 2019 outbreak. According to what the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports, the number of cases with symptoms that began during the week of March 30th reached 111 cases, a figure that surpasses the other 102 reported the previous week. We're about a week and a half behind. Let's see how things went for the past week. Actually, March and April ended yesterday, and the week isn't over yet. We might have the following week by Monday or Tuesday. Let's see what happens with that. But yeah, there are a lot of cases. All this is coming under control. In the meantime, the lady who will replace the nun we were talking about the other day is already here. 162. 162. Someday we'll reach 160, but she doesn't have. 115 years. The one who's alive now, the one who passed away, the nun, was 116. I forgot the name. But Ethel May is British, and now she's considered the oldest person in the world. The woman was officially recognized. Some reports mention people who are apparently or supposedly older. The point isn't just to be the oldest, but to have the certification. I mean, to really have it. Well, like the birth certificates and all that. That's the complicated part. Suddenly being able to prove it. That's the problem. Sometimes you just don't have it. But anyway, Ethel May Kataram was confirmed. This was just confirmed yesterday by Guinness World Records. Their gerontology research group and the Long Beach Quest database. So, were you able to confirm that she would be the one next after SOR? Ina Caravaggio Lucas, the Brazilian nun I mentioned the other day. An impressive life. So when she died, this lady is the one left, right? By the way, she's almost 116 years old, just 115 years and 252 days. Ethel never aimed to break a record or anything. It was obviously a surprise. And well, we'll get to know a little bit about this lady's story. We're going to see, let's find out what is known about this lady. What are her secrets to living to that age? Great. Well, let's move on to other matters, other topics. Let's go to the comments. Thank you.